Hello everybody, and welcome to Tequila Tarot. My name is James, and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading today. Alright, so I'm going to use this Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck to get the energies that are currently influencing you, and then I'll do my usual 9-card tarot spread, after which I will clarify each card with another tarot card, and at the end we'll get some advice. Alright, let's see what energies are influencing the collective at this time. 1, 2, 3. Interesting, wrong side. Alright, well at the bottom of the deck here we have Abracadabra, representing to connect. Now, that is quite interesting because for the 2 cards that we get for the energy that's currently influencing you, we have the card that represents sexuality and the card that represents trust. So I definitely see that there is an emphasis on connections, maybe more specifically those of the romantic or physically intimate kind. Now, for the first card here, we have Guanguani Jimai, representing sexuality. Alright, let's see. I need to write down my own little, what are they called? I need to write down, like, the pages for the corresponding cards, because they don't have that in this book. So it generally takes a few moments to actually find a particular card. Let's see. Okay. A black goddess emerges, and she is fully in love with her sexuality, confident in her sacred power. She does not let anyone siphon energy from her. She activates the erogenous zones of those who allow their true divinity to shine through when working with creator energy. The dolphin medicine reminds you to breathe through your energetic downloads. This card is amplified if it appears partnered with the creator vortex. The energy created by the embodiment of your sacred sexuality is a driving force and powerful manifester. This card is here to tell you that you have forgotten your worth and you need to embrace your full power. The creator energy is a powerful driver for manifestation, taking you to the multidimensional realm that the erotic energetic expansion will take place in. It has already happened within your highest self. You must only remember to harness the energy and set an intention. Excuse me. Right now I'm going to read for this next card, Bliss, representing trust. Bliss is described as a complete state of happiness or joy. It comes from the English word blithe, to find your bliss. We eliminate patterns, habits, and thoughts that take joy away from our daily lives and replace them with things we actually like. Are you doing things you don't actually want or like to do because you feel an obligation to something or someone? Finding your bliss is about bringing your potential and authenticity to a peak and getting lost in it. A bright yellow veil lifts to the tip of this card as you come out of the balance card. You are trusting the non-material world as you follow a blissful breeze. Although this card seems minimal, it is powerful in the aspects you don't see. We must be willing to let the universe support you. We see a platinum light in this card and minor symbolism for the root chakra, as this card is used in the chakra spread in this book. This card is the card of trust. You must trust that the answers you are seeking are being given. When this happens, your entire soul group of helpers appears through the veil to assist you. A new thought pattern. My life flows forward with ease and I act with integrity. Yeah, you see, I feel like, a part of that, sexuality card, is having this understanding, right? Having this, trust that the universe is on your side, right? Having that trust in the universe that the answers you are seeking, are being given. And I don't know why, but it really stood out to me here in this description where it said, it is powerful in the aspects you don't see. You must be willing to let the universe support you. Now, that could very well have a lot to do with this sexuality card because, sexuality is a part of, your sacred energy. It's not something to be shied away from or forgotten about. It's something that, you need to embrace in order to embrace your full power here. Alright, now on to the tarot portion. If I could just pick these cards up and put them down properly. Okay, OCD, leave me alone. Alright, now let's see what the collective needs to know at this time. What does the collective need to know at this time? Now, this isn't going to be a part of the spread, but the Hanged Man and the King of Wands just flew out the deck here. One right on top of the other. So, I feel like there's some sort of, change in perspective here, some sort of sacrifice in a sense that you realize you need to make in order to embody this King of Wands energy, which goes hand in hand with this sexuality card here, because the King of Wands, right, he's very authentic, he's very genuine, he is himself, essentially. And I feel like, a part of that, especially with it being the wand suit representing passion and sexuality, right, I feel like that all just really ties in right there. Alright. One dog. We got the Queen of Wands that just popped out now too. This could have something to do with maybe a particular individual, maybe now this individual could likely be a fire sign, but regardless, I feel like there's a a divine partnership, a divine connection here that is being highlighted, and a part of that is, maybe the sexuality, the sexual aspect of that connection is what's lacking, and that's maybe something that you need to work on. And I think, a part of what you need to heal in order to be able to embrace that sexual energy is, acceptance of the self. Accepting yourself for who you are, embracing who you are. Alright, now, if these cards could just stop popping out for 5 seconds. We have Death and the Lovers. So yeah, as I was just saying, I feel like, there's going to be a transformation in a love connection, but I feel like, maybe you or this other person need to really, make a particular choice, maybe when it comes down to the sexual aspect of this connection. Maybe you both have intimacy issues, fear of true intimacy, and that's something that you need to work on in order to be able to, fully embrace your sexuality, to have that trust in the universe that, you are where you are meant to be, and you're doing what you are meant to be doing, and this person is like essentially your person. You could be holding back sexually until you have that confirmation that this is in fact your person. I definitely get that there's going to be a conversation here about that. Maybe about even feelings in general. There ultimately would be a judgment here. Maybe there's, time that you two are taking apart. Yeah. Because at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Two of Swords. And then we have the Eight of Cups. The Hanged Man. And the King of Wands, those same two cards that popped out just moments ago. So, with this, right, the Two of Swords to the Eight of Cups, I feel like you made the decision to walk away from something or somebody in order to really, do the inner work here. Or to rather, maybe not do the inner work, but, get to know yourself better, get to know yourself on a different level so that you can become this King of Wands. Maybe, you had to sacrifice this connection for the time being in order to become this King of Wands. Alright, so the first card up that we have here is the Eight of Wands. Then we have the Nine of Cups. And then we have the Tower. Alright, so I definitely get here with the Eight of Wands that, there's going to be some sort of conversation. There's going to be a lot of back and forth and dialogue here. And I feel like you're both going to come to the conclusion that, you're each other's wish fulfillment. This is, you're going to come to an agreement on what you guys want. And, it's that's going to create this sort of, tower moment here when you realize, when the both of you realize, that you're both in agreement here with, what you want together. That tower moment is gonna be a sort of aha moment where you're just oh shit. And the both of you are alright, so now that we're on the same page here, now what do we do about this? How do we move forward here now that, everything has been spoken out in the open? We have the Fool. Come on. There we go. We have the Fool, the Four of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, you see, I feel like you guys like take that leap here to really heal the connection, because with the Four of Swords, I feel like, you both took the time out, right, during whatever separation to really heal, to rest, recover, refill your cup. And I feel like that results in this King of Pentacles energy. Because I feel like, something that either you or this other individual could have like also been working on during this time apart was your money. One of you could be a business owner, you could both be business owners, but this King of Pentacles energy, I feel like, could be your person. I feel like, something that like during this healing, they realize that they need to work on their money, on their business, gain some financial stability. And again, that could either be for one or the both of you. So I feel like, in a sense, you guys are really like mirroring each other in the way that like the things you did during the separation, everything that happened. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. You guys deciding to work together. And then we have Temperance, which, speaks of healing, taking your time to transmute your pain into pleasure. And then lastly, we have Judgment. I feel like after you guys go through that time apart, you heal, you work on yourselves, right? You decide that you want to work together. You guys want to build something together, whether that be a business or, a connection, a life together, a home, a family, whatever that may be. There's something that you two are going to be building together. And I feel like, with Temperance, it can also really, I feel like you guys working together can really help you to work out the kinks in this connection. It can really help you guys to, heal certain things that need healing in order for this connection to be truly successful. Because with Judgment, I get the vibe that you guys are, making that choice here. But first, you want to take the time to work together, see what you're capable of, to make sure that this is something worth investing in. Alright, now I'm going to further clarify everything here. I'll get one card for each card, just to get a little bit more detail-wise. 1, 2, 3. Alright. So to further clarify the 8, why am I showing you that again? To further clarify the 8 of Wands here, we have the Queen of Wands. So that's twice she popped out now. First she popped out in the during the shuffle, and now she's out here again for further clarification. But I feel like this individual, right, in this conversation, I feel like they see you as this Queen of Wands energy. Like they realize how while you guys were apart, you have gone through a sort of glow up, and whereas this speaks to a more physical glow up, because the Queen of Wands, she's the embodiment of attractive, right? Everybody's going after that Queen of Wands because she got it like that. But what a lot of people don't realize is that also speaks to an internal glow up. What you do on the inside reflects on the outside. So when you do the inner work, it shows on the outside. And that's what really motivates this person, in a sense, to come back around and initiate this this conversation, to really get into these messages. Alright, now to further clarify the 9 of Cups here, we have the Knight of Cups. So, I get the vibe that in these messages, somewhere in these messages, rather, there's going to be a love offer. And with that, Nine of Cups, this individual, right, there may be talk about feelings and, you guys could even be talking about, what kind of life you could build together. And I feel like, during all of that, right, during this realization of the fact that, you're their wish fulfillment, that's sort of like when they decide to come forward and just say, fuck it, let's be together, let's do this, let's just finally take that leap, right? I mean, why not? Everything is all out on the table now. Now, to further clarify the Tower here, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this speaks to the planning that you guys are going to be doing. Planning this life together, planning, your next steps forward in this connection, planning whatever it is here that you guys are working on, whether it's like a business venture, a creative project, or this connection. Right, now to further clarify the Fool here, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this individual, they see you out here glowing, shining, peacocking even, alright? Because you might know that they're watching. So you're just going to put a little bit extra out there for them. Maybe let them know what they're missing, right? But with that, I feel like that, your light that's shining is really what's, empowering this person to just take that leap, start that conversation. Now, to further clarify the Four of Swords here, we have the Empress. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you just needed a little time to reconnect with yourself, to maybe, heal some past trauma, some, maybe working on healing your intimacy issues. And again, that could go for the both of you, but here I get the vibe that, the both of you have these intimacy issues. That's why it was so hard for you two to come together and have this conversation, to really put all your cards out, so to speak, on the table and let each other know where you're at mentally. Now, to further clarify the King of Pentacles here, we have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, that's the Nine of Swords. Alright, so, I feel like finances were quite a big worry in this connection, whether it be one or the both of you. I feel like, maybe a part of the reason that, things ended here was because one of you was trying to focus more on your money than love or the connection itself. Now, to further clarify the Three of Pentacles here, we have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, it was how I was saying, either one or the both of you have, probably have your own business here, and I feel like what you guys are doing is either you're building a whole new business together, or you're combining your businesses to make a larger entity. And that, I feel like, is a part of this financial stability that you guys are seeking together. Now, to further clarify Temperance here, we have the Six of Pentacles. Hell yeah. You see here, I feel like previously, right, there was not an equal give and take dynamic. One was probably doing more than the other, whether it came to like the emotional investment, financially, right? But regardless, I get the vibe that that's changing. This dynamic here, like things are going to be a lot more equal than they were beforehand. And, again, that could also have to do with like the healing of that fear of intimacy, because there are so many different things that go into intimacy. Intimacy is not just sexual, right? Intimacy is emotional. Intimacy is that true soul connection, the knowing of another. Alright, now lastly, to further clarify judgment here, we have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I got, with the Three of Pentacles being up here in the spread, a few cards behind, you guys at the end made the decision here to team up, work together, and build something beautiful. Alright, now I am going to just get 3 cards for your advice, and then that will be it. Alright, let's see, some advice for the collective, please. Some advice for the collective. You must forgive if you want to be free. Do it for yourself. Now, this is not going to be a part of the spread, but I feel like, this is like a little nudge from the universe, a little something, a little side note, right? You must forgive if you want to be free. Do it for yourself. I feel like, you're being asked to let go of whatever, happened here in the past with this individual. Because if you don't, that's just going to hinder your movement here, and you're going to stay more stagnant. You're not going to be able to move forward if you hold on to the past, right? You really need to, stay in the present and look forward to the future. The past is the past. It already happened. There's nothing you could do about it. You have to learn to... Sorry about that. My battery died, and I was so sure I was going to be able to make it all the way to the end. I was just right there, but apparently not. Alright, so let's see. Some advice for the collective, please. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, again at the bottom of the deck. You must forgive if you want to be free. Do it yourself. So, that to me is the universe saying, I said what I said. Let that shit go for you. Alright, now, what we have up first is, you're too amazing to follow everyone else. Forge your own path. Yeah, that's that King of Wands energy right there. That trailblazer, do it up. Do what you would like to do. Even if nobody else is doing it, that just means you'll be the first. Alright, next up we have clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot, going on in your mind as far as, this situation and this connection, and with that, right, our environment is like, what is the word? Our environment is like a projection of our, of what's going on in our mind, right? If we have a cluttered mind, our physical reality is going to be cluttered. Our space is going to be cluttered. So in order to help you make a better decision, to see more clearly when it comes to this connection, I feel like you need to maybe rearrange some things, clean up, and declutter your space. And in turn, that will give you more space to think. It'll help you find clarity a bit easier. Now lastly, we have stop giving away your words. Stop giving away your power right now. Yeah, you see, I feel like you kind of had, like, you gave up your power, or you gave away your power, rather, when it came to this situation. Like, I feel like at a certain point you just you maybe felt even, like, helpless. You didn't feel like there was anything that could have been done, so you just, whatever, out of sight, out of mind. But, you know, you're realizing that you have the power here as a human, as an individual, as a spiritual light being. You have the power to create your reality. Your reality is what you make it. Alright, collective, these are the messages that I have for you today. And I do hope they serve you well. Be gentle with yourselves. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.